Hey, what's up, everybody out there? Valeri Strongborn here with a brand new product I've been working on for the last week. This is a standalone tool for roleplay. Like in the picture here, it's Dungeons and Dragons style roleplay tool. It's basically, as you can see, we have all the dice needed for Dungeons and Dragons, which is the the first roleplay game ever. Well, that's what most say, anyways. But you got the 1D 100, 1D 20, 1D 12, 1D 10, 1D 8, 1D 6, 1D 4. And then you'll see up on the top left right there, the little special one is called the action dice roll. And this is a feature that right here earn experience points for your actions. And other players vote on the difficulty of the actions you wish to do. So basically, this you can start your own game with this and run a game. Now you have to do the background work. This is for people wanting to do, create their own role play environments, and they'd have to do character sheets and all that. But now with dice, you can do everything. So you set up your characters and you give them, advantages such as dexterity bonuses, and then say you would talk to them and role play through a scenario and ask the players what they want to do. And one of them might be a dummy and try to jump across the bridge that he knows he can't get across. And all the players there around in the situation would probably vote on that. And I'll show you the vote in just a minute. And it'd probably be a very hard action or even an impossible action. Um, and he'd probably fail. Now, the experience leveling part comes into play as you play with with the role play assistant. You gain experience points from successful attempts at different things that you're trying to do during a role play session. And then the DM or the GM, Game Master, Dungeon Master, Region Owner, same thing, um, will be telling you to do different things. Say you ran into a trap, they'd have you roll 1d20, for a will reflex save. And if you know about games like this, then you know what I'm talking about. If not, look up D&D and search because you can make it's really really fun. And I'm going to be holding events over on the konk showroom region and doing these events. And I urge anybody that's watching to come over. I'm going to be the DM and I'm going to be talking you through everything. I get all into it whenever I'm being the dungeon master. I'll tell you, you'll say something like, I'm going to try to you know, jump that ditch over there and catch that deer because I'm hungry. Well, I'd tell you, all right, and you could either now you don't have to play with the action dice roll. That's like for the experience points. The only way you earn experience points on this system though is using the action dice roll. Now it's usable for anywhere you want to go, but if you'd like to track experience points, and there's benefits of that. One, the region owners can see the players' participation. You could you can get all the way up to level 40, which gives you a plus 40 bonus on every roll you do. So basically, you start as a kid. In my opinion, this is what a young adult that don't know anything, that's never been out in the world. Now, if you're playing on this system, then you're going to want to try to attempt easy, challenging and hard maybe sometimes, but you wouldn't ever want to try anything impossible. Now you can if you want to, but what you're going to do is fail, and then you're going to lose life points and experience points, and all that comes into play for your leveling. And it can take and add to your bonuses that you get on each one of your saves. So now once if you played this, for months and stacked up to level 15, well, you could pull off some impossible things. Possibly you could pull off you know, a lot of special moves, just because of that plus 15 bonus on the dice roll. And all these dice operate on your bonuses. And these on the side on the right, the ability rolls, the saves rolls, the loot roll, that's they don't have the bonuses on them. So these three on the side don't have the bonuses of your XP level, and all these do. But you'll see it displays all the information for everybody. It's kind of anti-cheat as well. So I'm just gonna do a demonstration. So it's probably easier to understand. So let me take this off. All right, so say, well, let me just do a demonstration roll. So you can play with the dice, you can be like, okay, 1d12, you can roll it, has a little sound, and it'll pop up Valerius, and that's my experience points. 100 experience points, I'm level 1. I rolled a 2, but I added 1 point because I'm level 1, and my new roll value is a 3. Now over here, this is going to give you the straight value. You see added points is 0. You rolled a 5, you get a 5. Now, if you don't know, I'll run through it real quick. You have 6 stats in D&D, and it's strength, charisma. This is not in order, but strength, charisma, dexterity, intelligence, constitution, and wisdom. Now, officially, if you wanted to roll, now this is a good idea for any region owner, though, that wants to give stats to their players because, for instance, a strength stat, okay? You set up their character, you help them set up their character, they roll their dice for points, and then they distribute them points across those 6 abilities. Okay, now say this player, say you told them that that they was going into a cave and a huge rock. Say just for instance, they ran across the cave and they come up to an entrance of the cave and there's this huge boulder in the door, and everybody wants to go in there. What are they going to do? What are the players there going to do about it? Well, now a player that has stats for strength could add that strength bonus in with his roll, whatever the roll may be. Now, the region owner could say, okay, do an action roll. Everybody choose, which I'll show you. So, say, for instance, there was a boulder there and a rock, and I'm going to play as 2 players. So, the DM says, as you and Ole are walking through the woods, you hear a scream coming from out in the left. It's sounds like somebody's in danger. You're not sure, but that's what it sounded like to you. Now you're on a straight path, a nice path. What do y'all want to do? Do y'all want to stray from your path and investigate, and do you want to keep going? Now some people say keep going, and they keep going. But for this purpose, I'm gonna say no. We're gonna go ahead and walk over there and check it out, or sneak over there. And the DM can be as sneaky as they want to. All right. So Valerius, you start walking into the trail, and I didn't tell them that I wanted to look around real close for anything. And they say make a reflex save. Now, if they have the stats built up, say I have +2 on my reflex, they'd tell me to roll a d20, and then they give a difficulty of say 18. So whatever I roll from 20 +2 for my bonus. Okay, so I got to get an 18 to avoid this trap. I would have failed miserably. Now I could have took damage. Okay, now I'd roll a d20 for damage or a d10, whatever the DM decides. But this is how D&D works. Okay, so but for this purpose, the extra special thing about this assistant, like I say, is these action rolls. So let's say we do go up to the cave, all right, and the DM says, well, there's a huge boulder there. You step up to it and you just try to grab it, kind of grasp it, and move it a little bit. You hardly can't budge it, but you got a pretty good back. I don't know if you want to try to move it and try to, you know, and both of them could say, okay, let's both try to grab at the same time. So now your DM could say, okay, and then they could say, do an action dice roll. So we do an action dice roll. You'll see this little dragon pop out, and you'll see this text box. I don't have the full screen up, but now I'm Valerius. I would type in going to try to help Ole move this big boulder. Now you have to do this. Okay, I submit, and you see it has floating text going to try to help. I said lay, but help Ole move this big boulder. You see a timer's counting down. Now we both have to vote on this. You have to at least have one vote. Now the DM can also vote. So the DM would say, that's going to be. Let me scoot this over. Hope I don't run out of time on the screen here. Hold up. Okay. So I can show you. Okay, yeah. I need to minimize this. I'm probably gonna run out of time. It'll flip away, but I was trying to show. Okay, I'm gonna make this a little smaller so because we want to see the chat. All right, I can. It's all right. I'll just of time. Phone, stop. I ran out of time. We'll do it over. It's okay. So after 45 seconds, if nobody's made a selection in the thing, it'll end it. Okay, so let's do that again. I'm gonna ignore that one, and then I'm gonna. Okay, you'll see the dragon come out and say, "Try to help Ole move this boulder." This is just an example. Okay, so we hit submit. Now the DM would vote. The DM says, thinks to herself, okay, this is a. Now, DM wouldn't be around. I mean, I need another person to be the DM, but I don't. But they could say, okay, this would be very hard, easy, challenging. They say challenging, okay. So now I'm going to do a roll. I grab the boulder. Now, this is how the DM would explain it. I grab the boulder. Now, Ole over here, he'd have to vote too, so let me put Ole's vote in. And Ole would probably say challenging or easy, but challenging. Okay, and then we have two challenging. The DM's vote could alter the outcome. So we're sitting here waiting on this thing to tick off. Once it does tick off, it'll give you a result. Okay, so it says solving votes, difficulty challenging, action roll dice, rolled 50. I rolled a 50. I got 1 + 1 for my XP bonus. Adjusted difficulty points that added me a +6, +10, so it turned me into a 65. You performed this task fluidly. That means I was able to grab it. Now, let's see. Now, on the joint, on the joint actions, Ole could slip when he does it, but I succeeded. So now we're gonna do Ole, which he's got his on there. So, but you get the idea now. That gave me experience points for that action. Now Ole could, also end the play, roll the dice for his effect. So he'd roll it, say, try to move. I'm just going to do this fast so I can. So it's just an example, but okay. Now everybody starts voting. Now if we had 10 people out here, all 10 of these people could vote on what this difficulty is, and most people are going to be honest about the difficulty. If somebody says they're going to jump across the Ole chose easy, and I'm gonna choose easy. Um, if somebody said I want to jump across this river, well, that's impossible or a miracle. Okay, and we're fixing to do one of those. Okay, so now we're gonna wait here on our vote to come through. I'm sorry the screen's all messed up, but try to move it back over now. So you get the idea now. Ole's doing his roll. Difficulty solving vote, difficulty easy. He's failed at this task. And on his screen over here, he's going to get a message saying, you know, um, you lost 25 experience points, and vice versa. So, so he lost. Now the DM could say, okay, Valerius gets up there and grabs a hold of it with all his strength, and Ole grabs the other side, and they start shaking it, moving it, trying to push it, and all of a sudden Ole's foot slips. He falls, but Valerius still holding on, moves the rock out of the way. Okay, it could be like that. And then the DM could even say, Ole roll for damage, on yourself. Now, the main thing to keep in mind is the character sheet is what's going to come into play on all this, most of all, because you can do all kind of different things. I'm going to have mine set up with all the abilities like climbing, swimming, um, um, lock picking, um, hunting, and then when my players try to do something, we're gonna do their, we're gonna give them. I'm gonna work out a system to where they'll have some sort of bonuses on it, and then they'll do the dice rolls, and we'll add that to it. There's no limit to what you can do now. Now, like I say, this is, and the rest is just dice rollers. You roll. Okay, let's do a impossible though. Okay, but you can say I'm just rolling them. Different number. Okay, so and then like I said, the ability scores don't add anything. Okay, now I'm gonna do an impossible, and it really don't do anything. Jump the castle. Okay, now we know that's not gonna happen in real life. You know, Now we can try it. This is D&D or this is roleplay. We can try it, and there is a chance we might succeed. But that would be a miracle for a young kid. Now this is in the roleplay sense. A young kid, a young adult who's not had any training in anything cannot jump across the castle. Now a ninja that's level 20, you know, that's got years of experience in jumping and parkour and all that, they could, but and that's where your experience levels start rolling and playing into the game. So basically, the low level people are not going to be able to do hardly. They're not going to be able to do those incredible or miracles or impossible tasks. They're going to have to stick with the easy, hard, challenging, very hard. And I failed. Of course, I failed. And look at what I lost: negative 2,000 life points, negative 3,500 experience points, because I'm really dumb if I think I'm roleplay sense. I'm 18, don't know anything, can jump over a castle. I'm going to run, jump into the wall. That's what's going to happen to me. So, anyway, I hope you understand the logic behind this. And of course, this is a standalone version, um, and you can uh, you can make a game out of this. You can either choose to use the experience point system or not. And if you don't, that's up to you. You just use the dice off the tool, and make your character sheets and do the math with your players, for success and fails, and it's all the same. But anyways, this is and I'm gonna sell this really cheap. This is a no copy, no transfer. So, but I am gonna sell it really cheap. So, um, everybody that's gonna play and use it, they'll buy one of these probably $2, and it's worth that for a great role playing experience, and a little light on the work of the, you can do a lot of different things with it because of the dice. It's the power of the dice. Anyways, hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you can get an understanding of what this is for and how to use it in different ways. And thanks for watching, and we will see you later.